Volume is the number of cubic units contained in the interior of a polyhedron or solid. So our units would be like centimeters cubed, inches cubed. You can also switch the order, cubic inches, cubic centimeters, etc. Congruent polyhedra have the same volume. So if they're congruent, then they have the same volume. The volume of a cube is the cube of the length of its side. So in this case, volume would equal side cubed. The volume addition postulate says the volume of a solid is the sum of the volumes of all of its non-overlapping parts. So in this example, I have 3 boxes all stuck together. I can look at each box individually. So one of the cubes, the dimensions are 3 by 3 by 3. The other one, 6 by 6 by 6, then 3 by 3 again. So we can find the volume of each separate box and then add them together. So try that yourself. You should get 270 inches cubed. Okay, the box or rectangular solid shown is 5 units long, 3 units wide, and 4 units high. How many unit cubes will fit in the box? Well, we can actually count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, and then up 4. You can actually go through and count to see how many levels it would take. So here's one level, then another level, another one, and another one. So that would be 5 times 3, which is 15, and then you have to multiply 15 times 4. So you're counting each level. So really, you're just multiplying all 3 sides. The volume of a prism is the area of the base times the height. The volume of a prism is the area of the base times the height.
Find the surface area and volume of the right prism. Now, my surface area, I have to find the lateral area. It's always good to start with the area of your base. If you look carefully, my base is this rectangle. So base is base times height, which is 9 times 7, and 9 times 7 is 63. So I'm going to use that. I need to find my lateral area. My lateral area of a prism is perimeter of the base times the height, which is 9 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7, which is 32, times my height overall, which is 3, and that gives me 96. So my surface area is my lateral area plus 2 areas of the base. So that would be 96 plus 2 times 63. 96 plus 2 times 63, and that will give me 222. And I need to remember my units, inches squared. And then my volume is area of the base times the height. Area of the base times the height. So area of my base is 63, and my height again is 3. So 63 times 3 will give me 189. And my units for volume are inches cubed. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the next. All right, I need to find the surface area and volume of the triangular prism. Now, the reason I know it's a triangular prism is because I have 3 rectangles, but I only have 2 triangles. So that means it's a triangular prism. So I need to find the area of the base, which is 1/2 base times height. So that would be 1/2. The base of my triangle is 8. The height of my triangle is 6. So 1/2 times 8 times 6 will give me 24. I'm going to underline that. Now, my lateral area is the perimeter of the base times the height. So I need to find the perimeter of my base. So here I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw this triangle off to the side. So since the whole thing's 8, that means this portion is 4. My height... Alright, so I need to use the Pythagorean theorem to get the side length, to get my hypotenuse, and that's going to end up being this 2 square roots of 13. Go ahead and plug that into the Pythagorean theorem if you need to. So if that means this one's 2 square roots of 13, then this one's 2 square roots of 13. So the perimeter of my base would be 8 plus 4 square roots of 13 times my height, which is 6. Alright, so I want to find the surface area and the volume. I'm going to start with the surface area. The surface area is my lateral area plus 2 areas of my base. So my lateral area in a triangular prism is the perimeter of the base times the height. And then the area of the base is going to be 1/2 base times height. So the perimeter of my base would be 8 plus 2 square roots of 13 plus 2 square roots of 13. So that would be 8 plus 4 square roots of 13 times my height, which is 6, plus 2 times 1/2. My base is 8, and my height is 6. Okay, so 8 times 6 gives me 48, plus 24 square roots of 13, plus 2 times 1/2, that cancels. 8 times 6 gives me 48. Alright, so 48 plus 48 will give me 96, plus 24 square root of 13. Alright, and that'll be meters squared. So that's my surface area. Now to find the volume, I'm going to go ahead and say my volume equals the area of my base times my height. So the area of my base is 1/2 base, which is 8, times height, which is 6, times my overall height, which is 6. So 1/2 times 8 times 6 times 6 will give me 144, and that'll be inches or meters cubed. Okay, so I want to find the volume of the trapezoidal prism. So trapezoidal, that tells you that the base is a trapezoid. So I'm going to go ahead and write my volume formula. The volume is area of the base times my height. So the area of my base, I'm going to go ahead and write that down. That's 1/2 times height times base 1 plus base 2. And I'm going to multiply that by my height, overall height. So 1/2 times the height of my trapezoid, which is 5, times base 1 of my trapezoid, we'll call that 16, base 2 of my trapezoid, which is 6, times the height of the whole overall prism, which is 15. So you may need your calculator out for this one. 1/2 times 5. times 16 plus 6 times 15, and that will give you 825, and your units will be inches cubed. Remember, for volume, you always have cubed as your units.
The volume of a cylinder is the area of the base of my circle times the height. So that would be V is the area of the base times the height. Well, we know the area of a circle is pi r squared, but if you didn't want to remember that, you could just remember base times height.